Okay, so yesterday I shared with you my journey from going from pain 20 out of 10 to 0 with no drugs, no chemicals, not getting the shots that I was supposed to get, and not having to keep going to physical therapy, chiropractic, all that stuff. Got rid of it, right? And a lot of you have responded and said, I want to know more. But many of you have also said, okay, that sounds great, but how does it work? Like, I don't get it. So I didn't get it either. Honestly, I didn't even believe it. But let me tell you how I got my brain to get around this so I could just kind of understand it and make some sense of it. So everyone's familiar with probably a breaker box that you have in your home or a breaker room that an office has. And in that box, in that room, are multiple switches, tons of switches, right? And all those switches control different areas of the house or the building or whatever. So imagine our brain is the breaker box. And imagine those switches are everything our brain controls, everything that our brain manages, which of course is everything we do. How we move, how we sleep, how we respond to things, how we focus, everything we do, how we manage pain is all controlled up here, right? And so imagine though, because of life's challenges and different medicines we may have taken and injuries and stress and just a host of things, all of a sudden the breaker gets tripped and those switches, different switches get turned off, right? And they get turned off. And sometimes we don't even recognize it because our brain is also very smart on how to compensate for things. But there comes a point where our body does recognize and we realize we're at a point where we're not functioning well. We're not moving as well. We're not able to manage the pain as well. We don't sleep as well. We can't focus. All of these things happen, right? So what the patch does is what we do when we go to that breaker box to see why the light switch didn't turn on or why the appliance wasn't working. We go and we flip the switch back, right? We go, oh, there's the problem. Well, that's what the patch does. The patch sends a message to the brain and alerts the brain to look to say, oh, there's the problem. It reminds the brain what it's supposed to be. It reminds the brain that the switch is supposed to be over here and it's not supposed to be over there. And so as we wear the patches and continuing to remind the brain, after a while, the brain remembers it's there. And so like me, over time, my pain was gone. I didn't even need to keep wearing the patches. So what the patch does is it sends a clearer message, better communication to the brain so that the brain can allow the body to function as it was meant to function.